There's a truth many of us overlook when we're younger, but it becomes impossible to ignore with age. The strength in our legs quietly defines our freedom. Walking to the market, climbing stairs, even standing from a chair. These once simple actions can suddenly feel heavy and unsteady. Picture this. You're going down the stairs, but your legs feel as if they're dragging behind you. You pause, grip the rail, and catch your breath halfway down. It isn't laziness. It isn't a lack of effort. It's something doctors call sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle that accelerates after 50. The consequences are severe. According to the CDC, every 11 seconds, an older adult is hospitalized because of a fall. Behind each number lies pain, fear, and often a loss of independence that's hard to recover. But here's the hopeful side. Weak legs are not something you must accept. Much of it depends on daily choices, especially what you eat. With the right foods, your body can repair, rebuild, and protect itself at any age. I've seen this transformation firsthand. Helen, 74, a retired nurse, thought she'd need a cane forever after slipping in her kitchen. But just 3 months of simple dietary changes gave her the confidence to walk in the park again. Frank, 79, a grandfather of 5, once struggled to rise from his favorite chair. Now he climbs the church steps with ease. I'm Evelyn Brooks, and today I'll share 4 everyday foods that can restore leg strength, calm night cramps, protect your joints, and even steady your nerves. They're not expensive or exotic. They may already be in your kitchen. Before we dive in, let me know in the comments, how old are you, and where are you watching from? Your story can inspire someone else to take their next step toward independence. If there's one food I recommend most often to older adults looking to rebuild strength, it's the chickpea. Small, round, and usually forgotten at the back of the pantry, chickpeas, also called garbanzo beans, are one of Earth's most underrated muscle-building foods. They may not look like much, but they are packed with the nutrients your body craves to fight muscle loss, improve balance, and keep your legs steady beneath you. Let's talk about why. After age 50, our bodies begin to lose muscle faster, as much as 1 to 2% every year. This condition, known as sarcopenia, is one of the main reasons standing, walking, or climbing stairs can feel harder with each passing decade. Protein is the #1 nutrient your muscles need to slow this decline, and chickpeas provide an excellent source of plant-based protein. Half a cup gives you around 7 to 8 grams of protein, enough to make a noticeable difference when eaten regularly. But that's not all. Chickpeas are also rich in magnesium, vitamin B6, and iron, a trio of nutrients that keep your muscles working as they should. Magnesium and B6 together help your muscles contract smoothly and prevent painful cramps. Iron supports energy by carrying oxygen to your cells, so you don't feel winded after light activity. When these nutrients combine in a single food, the result is a steady, lasting source of strength. Science supports this too. A study from the University of Murcia in Spain found that older adults who ate chickpeas at least 3 times a week lost 22% less muscle over time than those who rarely ate them. That's not just a number on a chart. The difference between relying on a walker and walking proudly down the street. I remember one of my clients, Robert, a 75-year-old retired bus driver. He came to me frustrated that his legs shook every time he tried to get up from his favorite recliner. He worried he'd lose the ability to walk unassisted. Instead of starting with supplements or gym routines, we made a straightforward change, adding chickpeas 3 times a week. Robert mixed them into hearty stews, sprinkled them over salads, and even roasted them for a crunchy afternoon snack. Within 6 weeks, he noticed his legs felt stronger, his balance improved, and he could confidently rise from that chair. His story is proof of how small foods can create significant victories. The best part is how versatile chickpeas are. You can roast them with olive oil and herbs for a Mediterranean snack. Toss them into a cucumber and tomato salad with lemon for a refreshing lunch. Simmer them in a warm soup with carrots, celery, and turmeric for dinner. Each dish is easy to make and filled with the fuel your body needs. Here's a simple tip. If you use dried chickpeas, soak them overnight with a pinch of baking soda. This reduces compounds that can cause bloating and helps your body absorb more iron. It's a small step that makes digestion easier and nutrition more effective. So if you're looking for a simple, affordable way to start rebuilding strength, begin with the humble chickpea. Half a cup, 2 to 3 times per week, could be the foundation of steadier legs, stronger muscles, and greater independence. If chickpeas are the foundation for rebuilding muscle strength, pumpkin seeds are like the fine-tuning tool. Small, simple, but incredibly effective. One of the most frustrating problems many older adults face isn't just weak legs. It's the sudden, painful leg cramps that appear at night. You're finally asleep, only to be jolted awake at 2 or 3 a.m. by a sharp, twisting pain in your calf or foot. The next day, your legs feel sore, heavy, and unsteady. These cramps aren't just uncomfortable. Over time, they drain your energy, make you nervous about sleep, and even discourage you from being active. The culprit behind many of these cramps is something most people over 50 don't get enough of: magnesium. Pumpkin seeds, though small, are one of the richest natural sources of this mineral. Just 2 tablespoons can provide nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs. Magnesium works with calcium and potassium to keep muscles contracting and relaxing smoothly. Without it, muscles can spasm, twitch, or lock up painfully in the middle of the night. But pumpkin seeds don't stop there. They also contain zinc, healthy fats, and antioxidants that soothe inflamed joints and protect cartilage. That means they don't prevent cramps and support your knees, hips, and ankles, making movement more comfortable. Science backs this up. A 2020 clinical study from the Complutense University of Madrid found that adults over 55 who ate 30 to 40 grams of pumpkin seeds daily for 6 weeks reported 31% fewer nighttime leg cramps. They also performed better on balance tests, like standing on one foot. Imagine how different life feels when you can rest without pain and stand more confidently. I've seen these results in real life, too. Margaret, 68, a retired school teacher, had struggled for years with severe calf cramps. They often woke her up around 3 a.m., leaving her drained and anxious. She tried warm compresses, massages, and stretching, but nothing worked. She was skeptical when I suggested she add a small handful of roasted, unsalted pumpkin seeds to her afternoon snack. But within 3 weeks, the cramps eased noticeably. By 6 weeks, they were almost gone. Margaret told me, with a smile, "For the first time in years, I can sleep without fear of being woken up by pain." So how can you use them? Try sprinkling pumpkin seeds over oatmeal, blending them into smoothies, or tossing them on roasted vegetables. For best results, eat them in the late afternoon, between 3 and 5 p.m., so your body can absorb the magnesium before bedtime. This week, grab a small bag of pumpkin seeds and make them part of your daily routine. Then share in the comments. Do you prefer eating them as a snack or adding them to meals? Your tip might help someone else finally sleep cramp-free. If you've ever stood up from a chair, felt your knees crackle, or climbed a staircase only to hear a grinding sound in your joints, you know how discouraging it can be. Many older adults assume this is just normal aging. But you're experiencing the gradual drying out and weakening your joints and bones. The good news is that food can help. And one of the most surprising helpers doesn't come from farms or orchards. It comes from the ocean: seaweed. At first glance, seaweed might seem too simple to make a difference. But beneath its delicate texture lies a treasure of nutrients designed to protect joints and bones. Seaweed is loaded with organic calcium, the building block of strong bones. Unlike many supplements, this form of calcium is easier for the body to absorb. It also contains iodine, which supports your thyroid, and unique anti-inflammatory compounds like fucoidan and laminarine. These compounds don't just reduce stiffness, they help protect cartilage and support the production of synovial fluid, that slippery cushion inside your joints that lets you move without pain. Science has confirmed what traditional cultures have known for centuries. A 2021 study published in the American Journal of Community Nutrition found that women over 60 who ate seaweed 2 to 3 times a week had 16% higher bone density than those who didn't. That's a significant difference when you consider that 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men over 60 are at risk of osteoporotic fractures, according to the World Health Organization. Stronger bones mean fewer fractures, and healthier joints mean greater freedom to move confidently. I'll never forget George, a 72-year-old retired gardener who came to see me. Years of bending, kneeling, and lifting left his knees swollen and his hands stiff. He missed working in his backyard but couldn't spend more than 10 minutes on his feet without aching. Instead of relying only on medication, we introduced seaweed into his meals. Warm miso soup with wakame, salads with light vinegar and seaweed flakes, and even rice bowls wrapped in crisp nori sheets. After just 2 months, George noticed a change. The swelling eased, his joints moved more smoothly, and he could tend to his garden again, kneeling among his tomato plants with a smile. His joints weren't perfect, but they were functional, and that gave him back a part of his life he thought he'd lost forever. The beauty of seaweed is that it doesn't require significant changes. Just 2 to 3 servings a week are enough. Sprinkle dried flakes over salads, stir them into broths, or enjoy sushi rolls with vegetables wrapped in nori. Try simmering seaweed with thin slices of fresh ginger and a drop of sesame oil for an extra boost. This enhances the flavor, improves calcium absorption, and supports digestion, which can be more sensitive as we age. Think of seaweed as the ocean's quiet gift. A natural protector cushions your joints, strengthening your bones, and restoring fluidity to your movements. Adding this simple ingredient to your plate means you're not just eating for taste, you're giving your body the tools to stay mobile, flexible, and independent. We've talked about muscles and joints, but there's another part of your body that often gets overlooked: your nerves. Have you ever felt a strange numbness in your feet, a tingling in your toes, or a sense that your legs aren't entirely under your control? Many older adults describe it as though their brain and legs are not perfectly connected anymore. This problem often comes from nerves that aren't properly nourished, and one of the best foods to support them may already be sitting in your fruit basket: the avocado. Avocados are more than just a trendy food. They are rich in monounsaturated fats, especially oleic acid, which helps strengthen the protective layer around your nerve cells. Think of it as insulation on electrical wires. Without it, signals between your brain and your legs get weaker, slower, and less reliable. Eating the right fats essentially reinforces those wires, allowing your brain to send stronger messages to your muscles. That means steadier balance, better coordination, and fewer missteps. But that's not all. Avocados are also an excellent source of potassium, a mineral that regulates fluid balance and muscle contractions, preventing cramps and sudden weakness. Add to that vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects delicate nerve endings from the oxidative stress that builds up with age, and you have a food that supports both the health and function of your nervous system. Research confirms these benefits. A 2021 study from the American Institute of Nutrition and Geriatrics found that adults over 65 who included avocado in their meals 4 times weekly significantly improved their balance and posture after 6 weeks. For many participants, Something as simple as standing up from a chair or walking across uneven ground became noticeably easier. I think of Clara, a 66-year-old retired seamstress who came to me worried about frequent numbness in her feet. She loved sewing but feared that she'd trip over her unsteady steps one day. We replaced her usual sugary breakfast with something simple: whole grain toast topped with mashed avocado, sprinkled with chia seeds and a squeeze of lemon. Within a month, she felt more grounded when walking, and the tingling in her toes had nearly vanished. By her next visit, she smiled and told me, "I can feel the floor under my feet again." That one change gave her back confidence and stability. The beauty of avocado is how easy it is to add to your diet. Spread it on toast, dice it into a quinoa salad, blend it into a smoothie with banana and almond milk, or slice it over a wrap with lean protein and leafy greens. Aim for about 1/3 to half an avocado, 3 to 4 times a week. Add crushed walnuts or flax seeds on top for an extra boost. Both provide omega-3 fatty acids that further strengthen nerve pathways. So don't underestimate this soft, creamy fruit. Avocado is more than just delicious. It's a powerful ally for your nerves, helping your brain and legs stay connected. With every serving, you're building stability, protecting your coordination, and regaining the confidence to walk freely without fear. When we think about independence after 60, many imagine exercise programs or expensive treatments. But as we've seen, simple foods sometimes are the most powerful solutions. Chickpeas are used to build steady muscle, pumpkin seeds are used to calm painful cramps, seaweed is used to cushion joints, and avocado is used to reconnect nerves. Each is like a pillar holding your strength, balance, and confidence. I've watched many people, from Helen to Frank, George to Clara, reclaim parts of their lives they thought were lost forever. And it didn't happen in a hospital or a therapy center. It happened at the dinner table, one meal at a time. That's the real gift of nutrition. It gives you back control over your body and your future. So, don't wait until a fall or injury forces change. Start now. Add one of these foods to your next meal and feel the difference. If this video was valuable, please like it, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more tips that help you stay active and independent at any age.